Hello everyone, good morning and thank you for joining today's webinar. My name is Zai Randive. I'm Compliance and Integration Specialist at Mesh Group. In today's session, I'm going to cover Mesh Group's Canvas integration feature and will give you an overall walkthrough on it. During this session, if you're having any questions, please feel free to drop your questions in the Zoom chat box. And at the end of the session, I will compile answers for all of your questions and will update you through email. We'll also share this PPT along with that for your reference. So let's get started. This today's session is divided into four major parts. First is integration overview. Second, configuration checklist, which will be required to set up and enable integration on your respective Mesh platform. Then I will explain the integration process in detail. That is how you can use this integration feature to interchange your data between Mesh and Canvas platform. At the end, we'll talk about some important rules that you will need to follow to keep this integration working. So let's start with an overview. This feature, with this feature, you can integrate your Mesh platform with Canvas platform, which is one of the popular cloud-based learning management system. This feature allows you to interchange data between Mesh and Canvas platform, so you don't have to double handle data again. So there are four basic features with this integration. First, it allows you to create Canvas account for students from Mesh platform itself. Second, it allows you to map the subjects, that is your Mesh subjects, to the Canvas platform, which is Canvas course at Canvas. Third, whatever enrollments that you are creating on Mesh platform, those enrollments will get automatically synced to Canvas platform. So you don't have to recreate them again at Canvas. At the end, the last feature, once enrollments are marked at Canvas end, you can get those marks automatically synced to your Mesh platform through integration and results will get updated. So now to interchange this data, Mesh Group has developed a Canvas console engine, which can be run at desired intervals. So for your live platforms, minimum limitation is 2 hours. However, for your test instances, it can be either 5 minutes or 2 minutes just to expedite your testing process. So this is the basic and high level overview of this integration. So let's talk about it more. Now, if we talk about terminologies, so Mesh platform and Canvas platform, they use bit different terminologies. That means semester at Mesh is referred as term in Canvas, subject is referred as course in Canvas. Similarly, assessment, which are that is in Mesh platform, they are referred as assignment in Canvas. And last, that is batch, which is timetable in Mesh platform, is referred as section in Canvas. So this is all about terminologies. Now let's see overall workflow of this integration. So this diagram gives you an high level workflow overview for this integration, where these dotted lines, they indicates the syncing of data through automation. However, solid lines, they indicate syncing of data in real time. So once you create semester in Mesh platform, it will get pushed to Canvas as term through automation. For that, you can define a one set of rule. That is how many number of days before the semester start date you would like integration to sync that semester to Canvas. Next is your blueprint courses. So as soon as you mark any subject as a blueprint course in Mesh platform, it will get synced in real time to Canvas. We'll talk about this blueprint course in more detail as we proceed with this session. Now next is your actual semester subjects. So semester subjects, they get pushed to Canvas as a Canvas course through automation as soon as you assign batch to that subject. So batch is a assignment of batch is nothing but a trigger point to sync that subject to Canvas. Same logic is used for assessments as well. As soon as you assign batch to any assessment, they will get pushed as assignments to Canvas. So once your subject, batch and assessments, they are synced along with semester to Canvas this completes your entire course structure at Canvas platform. Now next is your student accounts. So student accounts can be synced in real time. That means as soon as you create any Canvas account from Mesh platform, it will get synced in a real time to Canvas end. However, subject enrollments for that student, they will get synced through automation. So that's why there is a dotted line over here. So trigger point for that is as soon as you assign a badge to any subject enrollment at Mesh platform, or integration will sync that subject enrollment through Canvas through automation. So here also you can define one set of rule, that is how many number of days before the subject start date of that student enrollment you would like integration to push that enrollment to Canvas. So for example, in your subject enrollment, if your start date is let's say 10th of July and you would like to get push that subject enrollment 10 days before, so when on 1st July integration runs, it will check how many enrollments are there where start date falls in next 10 days, and it will pick all those enrollments and sync it to Canvas platform. Now, last is mark assessment pools. So, as soon as you assign any marks to the subject enrollment or course enrollment at Canvas platform, integration will pull that marks and update results at Mesh platform. So, this is the overall workflow of this integration. Now, if you're having any questions related to this, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat box and I will compile answers for that at the end of the session. Now, in my next slide, I have provided detailed explanation for that diagram. So you can refer this afterwards once we share this PPT with you. Now that was all about the overview of this integration. Now let's talk about configuration checklist. So this configuration checklist, you will need to first enable this Canvas integration on your Mesh platform, and second, to set up this integration as per your requirement in Canvas platform as well as in Mesh platform. Okay. So to enable integration, we will need 4 inputs from client end. So first is your Canvas platform URL. So we will need URL for test as well as live platform. Now, next is we will need token, Canvas token, to connect these two platforms with each other. Third is your Canvas login credentials. So when you share these credentials with Mesh platform or with Mesh team, make sure that you have assigned admin access to that credential. Because without admin access, we won't be able to generate a valid token which will be needed to connect these two platforms with each other. Now last is list of Canvas existing students. So there might be chances that before coming to Mesh platform, you must be already using Canvas platform. So you might be having list of students that already exist in Canvas who are also there in your Mesh platform. So before enabling this integration, we will need to link the student's Mesh account to its Canvas account. So for that, we will need to process one small data migration. And to do that data migration, we will need list of students from your Canvas platform. Here, please make note that we can only do data migration for student accounts. However, we cannot do data migration for student enrollments in Canvas as well as your course structure in Canvas. So this is all about the requirements to enable integration on your platform. Now let's see how we can set up integration on your Mesh platform. So to set up integration, we have to define certain set of rules. So for that rules, we will need input from the clients. So there are several rules. So first rule is for semester. So for semester, you can define how many number of days before the semester start date you would like that semester to get synced with Canvas platform. So for example, if you would like all your semesters to get synced with Canvas 15 days or 14 days before, so you can define those number of days and we'll set up integration as per that for your Mesh platform. Now next rule is for user account creation. So user account creation, that means student Canvas account creation, that can be either manual or we can also automate that process. So if you prefer manual process, that means you have to create Canvas account for each and every student individually, manually, by using that Canvas account creation feature on Mesh platform. However, we can also automate this process. So as soon as your student's Mesh account is created on Mesh platform, we will automatically create its Canvas account as well. So this option you can select based on your requirement. Now next is for student enrollments. So for student enrollments also a number of days logic is worked. So you can define or provide us the certain set of days that you would like us to set so that enrollments will get pushed to Canvas platform. That means, for example, if you would like all your subject enrollments to get synced to Canvas, let's say 14 days before of subject start date, we can define integration similarly. So that was for student enrollments. Now next is for your assignment marks pool. So by default, we are pulling marks for all the assignments from Canvasen that has been marked in last 2 days. But if you would like to pull all the assignment marks that has been marked in last 7 or 8 days, you can also define those days. It can be either 30 days as well. So purely based on your requirement. So that was for assessment mark pool. Now last option is to lock and unlock result records. So whenever we receive marks from Canvas platform, we receive it under task result entry on Mesh platform. We'll see about this in more detail as we proceed with this presentation. So once we receive marks under task result entry, there is an option. You can either set that integration should automatically lock and approve those records, so you don't have to lock and approve them manually, or you can also keep these records unlocked and unapproved, so whenever there is a time you can finalize these records and calculate subject outcome accordingly. So these are all the rules that you will need to define to set up this integration on your Mesh platform based on your requirement. If you're having any questions about this checklist, you can drop your questions. I can see I'm getting several questions from participants. I will compile all these answers at the end of the session. So this was all about configuration checklist. Now let's see the process of this integration in detail. That is how you can use this integration on your actual Mesh platform. So first, you have to make sure your grade setup has been done. So to do the grade setup, you can also sync your grading scheme from Mesh to Canvas platform. But before doing that, you need to make sure that there are no duplicates in your grades. Because while syncing this grades scheme entirely to Canvas platform, we cannot send duplicate grades as it is a limitation from Canvas. So when I say duplicates, that means now here you can see there is F grade has been assigned for the marks that are greater than 0. Okay. So now I cannot sync another fail grade with the same marks a condition. So you need to make sure there are no duplicates in your grade setup, as well as for all the grades, use in final outcome checkbox is checked, because integration will only sync those grades for whom this checkbox is checked. So once your grade setup is ready, you can sync it to Canvas platform by using this green tick button, and you can find it under grading scheme on Canvas end. So that was all about grade setup. Now next is semester setup. So for semester, as soon as you create semester on Mesh platform, based on the rule defined, integration will push that semester through automation. Once semester is synced, you can find this icon under the semester setup. That means that semester has been successfully synced to Canvas platform. And you can find that semester under terms on Canvas end. So that was for semester setup. Now next is your subject, Canvas course setup. So before you start using any subject as a Canvas course from Mesh platform, you need to make sure two things. First, if correct grading scheme has been used for that subject. So grading scheme should be exactly same that has been synced with Canvas platform. And the second is if that subject is enabled for Canvas integration. So if that subject, you can enable that subject from the Canvas course subject, where you can set that subject for to use it for the Canvas integration. So once these two things are done, you are all set to use your subject for the Canvas integration. Now, at Canvas end, there are two types of subjects, that is courses. So one is blueprint course and second is actual semester course. So for blueprint course, at Mesh platform, you can mark any subject as a blueprint by using this star sign. So as soon as you mark subject as a blueprint, it will get synced in real time to Canvas platform. And that icon will also get changed. Once subject is marked as blueprint, you can find that subject under default term. Here, please note that all blueprint courses, they get pushed under default term. You cannot have any blueprint course sync under actual term. Now, once blueprint course is synced, at Mesh 10, you can also receive blueprint ID for that course. Now, if somehow on Canvas platform, if you delete blueprint course, you can again resync it from Mesh platform by using this green tick button. So that was all about blueprint course. Now, second is actual semester course. So before we go to semester course, the one setup that you will need to do under blueprint course is enabling grading setup. So that grading setup you can enable under subject settings on Canvas end. And here you need to make sure that you're using same grading scheme that has been synced from Mesh platform. Benefit of enabling grading scheme for blueprint course is that next time, whenever any associated semester subject gets synced to Canvas platform, you don't have to enable this grading scheme again. So this is just one time setup. Now, some actual semester subjects. So subject will get sent as actual semester course to Canvas end as soon as you assign batch or create a batch for that subject at Mesh platform. So once you assign batch to subject, it will get synced through automation to Canvas platform. And that subject will get synced under actual semester. So that's why you are here, you can see this is the blueprint course for this subject. That's why there is a blueprint subject icon. And this is the actual semester subject, which is under actual semester. Now that was all about Canvas courses. Now next is assessments. So for assessments also, we are using same logic. That is, as soon as batch is assigned, assessments are getting synced to Canvas platform. So to assign batch, that can be done either two ways. You can assign batch to assessments from task entry page explicitly, or you can also assign batch to assessments while creating batch. So while creating batch, there is option available, create assessment for this task. So as soon as batch is assigned to assessments, they get synced as Canvas assignments to Canvas platform, and you can find them under respective subjects assignments. Now that once assignments are synced, that completes your overall course structure. So now let's talk about user account setup. So to create student Canvas account, that can be also done in two ways. You can create student's Canvas account either from student management homepage or from the student profile page. On student management homepage, there is icon available for that student record through which you can create Canvas account for that student in real time. But before you create Canvas account for that student, you need to make sure that Mesh user account is created for that student. Because if there is no Mesh user account, system won't allow you to create Canvas account for that student. So once you click on this button, it will create student's Canvas account in real time, and you will also receive a successful message if there is no error. And that icon will also get changed. So whenever student's account is created, Canvas account is created, for the first time, there is a default password format, which is first name and date of birth. So make sure you already acknowledge all your students with this default format of password, which they can use for the first time. Once student account is created, you can find that student account details under people page on Canvas platform, and you can see all the details, first name, last name, which are exactly same as Canvas platform, along with the student ID, SIS ID, and integration ID. Make sure you are not changing any of these details once the account is synced, as that might break the integration. We'll talk about these rules at the end of the session. Now, once student account is synced, next step is the student enrollment syncing. So subject enrollments, they get synced as soon as you assign batch to that subject enrollment. And also they get synced following the set of rule that we define. So once batch is assigned, integration will sync that subject enrollment through automation to Canvas, and you can find this subject enrollments at Canvas under section of that particular subject. Now, once enrollments are synced, the next step that you're going to update marks for those enrollments. So as soon as you update marks for any subject enrollment at Canvas end, in next integration cycle, integration will pull all those marks and it will update results at Mesh platform. So all results you will receive under task result entry from Canvas end. So here you can, after that you can lock and approve these results and to finalize your subject outcome. This lock and approve, it can also be done through integration. We can automate that process while setting up the rules. So it basically depends on your requirement. Now this completes overall process of this integration. If you're having any doubts, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat box. I will also give you an actual demo of this integration process on one of our test platforms. But before we go there, let's talk about the important rules that you will need to follow to keep this integration working. So there are main 6 rules over there. But the basic rule is whatever data that has been synced from Mesh platform to Canvas, you should not update that data manually or delete that data manually or canvassing because that might break the integration. So let's talk about these rules in details. So first is semester. So once semester is synced from Mesh to Canvas, you should not update any details for that semester on Canvas end. Or also you should not delete that semester on Canvas end. Because if you delete that semester, it will break the link. Same approach is for subject as well. You should not delete or update any subject once it is synced to Canvas platform. Also, on Mesh platform, there are 2 pages, Canvas course subject and Canvas course map. On these 2 pages, we are maintaining linking of these Canvas courses and Mesh subjects. So make sure you are not deleting or updating these mapping in these 2 pages. Now next is assignments. So for assignments also same logic. You should not delete or update assignment once it is synced to Canvas platform. Also, you should not create any assignment manually at Canvas platform itself. Because if you create any assignment manually at Canvas end, integration don't have that linking. So it won't be able to pull marks for that assignment back to Mesh platform. So the correct approach is you should first create assignment at Mesh platform, assign batch to that assignment, then integration will send this assignment to Canvas and that's how link will get created. So next time, whenever you assign marks to that assignment, integration will be able to pull that marks from Canvas to Mesh. So that was for assignment. Now next is batch. Same logic, you should not update or delete batch once it is synced to Canvas platform. For student account also is same. You should not delete or update student account once it is synced, as well as you should not create student account manually to the Canvas platform. Now last is enrollment. So for enrollment, we have seen that most of the time clients are creating enrollments at Canvas and through that import feature manually. So if you create enrollments manually at Canvas platform, there is no linking. So we won't be able to pull marks for those enrollments. So that's why you should always create enrollments first at Mesh platform, assign batch to that enrollment, then that enrollment will get pushed to Canvas through automation, and that's how linking will get created. So that is all about the important rules that you will need to follow to keep this integration working. Now I will show you the exact actual integration on our platform. So let me share my other screen with you. Okay. I hope everyone can see my Mesh platform. Okay. Now on Mesh platform, as I mentioned before, it first start with the grading setup. So under configuration and setup in the result grade, you can define your grades. So let me just show you that. So I've already created this grade setup. There are no duplicates. I've made sure that this use in final outcome is checked for each and every grade. So all these grades will get synced to Canvas end. Once it is synced, you can get a message as grading scheme is created in Canvas. I'll show you the grading scheme in Canvas as well. You can find under grading scheme, and these are the grading scheme that which we have been synced from Mesh to Canvas platform. Now once grading setup is done, next step is semester setup. So for semester setup, you can go to manage calendar, and there you can define your semester. Based on the start date of that semester, integration will push that semester to Canvas. Once it is pushed, you will get this icon. And if there are any updates, for example, if you update a finish date for that semester going forward, you can sync those updates through this icon. So I'll show you this semester on Canvas end as well. You will find it under terms. This is Canvas test semester. Okay. Now, one semester is done. Next step is for the subjects, Canvas course setup. So as I mentioned, before we do that, we need to make sure that subject is ready for the Canvas use. So let me show you that. Canvas up to. Okay. First, you need to make sure that correct grading scheme is used for that subject. And then that subject is enabled for Canvas integration. So that part you can check under Canvas course subject. Here you can select your course. So I have added two subjects, and now these two subjects I have enabled Canvas integration for them. So once these two things are done, that means you're ready to use that subject for Canvas integration. Now let me show you blueprint subject. So for blueprint, as this subject is already been marked as blueprint, there is a red icon. Here I can receive this ID 30. You can also verify this ID from Canvas platform. So let me show you that subject first here. Okay, so now this is the blueprint subject. That's why there is an icon over here. So if I click on this subject, I will receive its Canvas ID here, 308. So that's how you can make sure, okay, your subject has been correctly synced. If somehow I delete this subject, you can again resync this subject using this green tick button. Okay, so that was all about blueprint subject. Now, next is actual subject, semester subject. So for semester subject, you will need to create timetable for that subject. So let me show you. So this is the subject, Canvas sub 2. I've already created timetable for this subject. So that's why it has got pushed under actual semester. So let me show you that subject again. So actual subject, there is no blueprint icon. There will be a green tick button over here. It is already published. It will get synced under Canvas test semester, which is the actual semester. Okay. Now, whenever you attach any batch to semester subject, if that subject is already been marked as blueprint in Mesh platform, at the time when this subject gets synced to Canvas platform, so integration will also automatically create association for that subject. So when I say association, that means if I show you this blueprint subject, in associations, you can see there is already one association created with our semester subject. So then you don't have to manually link these subjects to the blueprint courses. Okay. Now, as I mentioned before, for blueprint subjects, you will also need to enable grading scheme. So for that grading scheme, you can go to settings, and under settings, there is one option over here, grading scheme. So I have already enabled grading scheme for that. So I can show you. So this is the test marks grading. That grading scheme, we already synced it from Mesh to Canvas. So I have selected the same grading scheme. Okay. So this is all about subjects. So now let me show you assignments. So for assignments, you can go to progress, compliance, academic progress, and then first set up task assessment. Here you can actually set up your assessments. So let me show you CANSUB 2. So there are already two assignments. You can assign these assignments to a batch to get them pushed to Canvas platform. So as I've already assigned it to batch, they have already pushed to Canvas end. So here, if I show you this subject, under assignments, you will receive all the assignments that has been assigned to batch, task 1 and task 2. Now this completes your overall course structure at Canvas platform. Okay. Now let's talk about user. So for user, I've already created one test student. So let me show you that student, but I haven't synced it to Canvas yet. So we'll do that now. So before I sync this student account to Canvas, first I have to create his Mesh account. If I try to create Canvas account, system will give me an error that user is not found. So that's why I have to first create his meshed account. So once this is created, then I'll be able to create his Canvas account. If it's successful, I will get a success message, and then this icon will also get changed. So now I can search this student on Canvas platform. So all user accounts, they get synced to Canvas platform in real time. So this is our student, and these are his details, which are exactly same as Canvas platform, our Mesh platform. So now this is the login information. So make sure that you are not updating any SIS ID or integration ID for this student, because if you change these details, it might break the integration. Now, once a student account is synced, next step is to sync his subject enrollments. So to sync subject enrollment, let's enroll him into one subject, which is already synced to Canvas platform. So as I've shown you Canvas sub 2, that subject is already there. I'm going to enroll this student into that subject. So I'll select this Can sub 2, and right now I'm not assigning any batch. I'm just enrolling him into subject. If subject enrollment is like this without batch, integration won't pick these enrollments to get it synced with Canvas platform. So that's why you need to make sure that you're assigning a proper batch to that subject enrollment. But also that batch needs to be get synced to Canvas platform. That means batch should be existing one at Canvas end. So I'm selecting batch 2. So now I have assigned this subject enrollment a batch. So now in next integration cycle, integration will pick this enrollment and will sync it to Canvas platform. So let me show you this subject now. People. Okay, so this is the existing student which was already there. I have recently enrolled in this new student, Canvas 3. So in next integration cycle, it will get synced. So till the time it is syncing this data, let me show you one more thing. Batches. So where can you check if batch is existing in Canvas or not? So for that, you have to go to that subject. We are already in that subject. Go to settings. And then there is one option here, sections. So here you can check if your batch has been synced or not. And in batch also you will get count of users that have been already synced to Canvas platform. So now it's 39. The next integration cycle will run at 11:40, and that time our enrollment will get synced to Canvas platform. So till the time our enrollment is getting synced, let me show you how you can assign marks to particular enrollment. So to assign marks, as you have already known that you go to marks and then you provide assessment marks to that particular enrollment. So right now, this existing student, task 1 has already been marked. I'll assign marks to task 2. It's 85. So when next integration cycle runs, we will receive these marks under task result entry. So now as it's already 11:40, let's check if our integration has run or not. Okay. So now this student has been pushed to Canvas platform. This is Canvas test 3. So let me show you, and it's under batch 2 as well. So this is how your enrollments will get synced. They will get synced through automation as soon as you assign batch. Now for this student, I've assigned second task assessment marks. So let me show you over here. Compliance, academic progress. Then under task result entry, you will receive all the marks. So make sure you are selecting correct semester and then correct subject and also correct batch. Okay. Now this was our first student. So I have assigned updated mark for the second assessment, which was 85. So currently we have set up this integration to lock and approve automatically. That's why it is locking and approving these results. Now you can see this first enrollment is marked in a red color. It's because the status is enrolled. So integration won't update any marks or won't update any result record if the status is enrolled. So that's why if you're using any subject enrollment for Canvas integration, make sure that course status is not enrolled. It should always be current student. So that part you can change from student course enrollment level. So let me show you here. Need to go to course and update course status. Now if I go to compliance and academic progress, that enrollment will become valid one for the Canvas integration. So subject 2, and now you won't see that is. So now as this enrollment is marked, it is highlighted with the green one. So now next time if I update mark for this enrollment at Canvas end, it will also update marks for this enrollment. So let me update marks over here. So with next integration cycle, we'll be able to pull these marks at our mesh platform. So I just need to keep refreshing the page. So that was all about enrollment marks update. So once you sync any subject enrollment to Canvas platform, assign marks to that subject enrollment, and in next integration cycle, you will receive marks back to the mesh platform. So this all covers our entire session today of the overall process of this integration. We have also covered the important rules that you will need to follow to avoid any linking break of this integration. So now I've received lots of questions. So after this session, I will compile answers to each and every question of yours and will update you through email. Apart from this, if you're having any other inquiries, please feel free to drop us that query at enquiries@meshgroup.com.au and we'll respond you within 1 or 2 days. Thank you everyone again for joining this session today and thank you for your time. You have a lovely day.